from your experience and what you've been through and what you've written and all the things you've achieved too, what is it that you think matters most in terms of living a good life, living a fulfilling life and having good connections?
Well, it's kind of a combination of things. First of all, everybody is different. Everybody has their own kind of psychological makeup and has their own hierarchy of needs, et cetera, et cetera. So I don't want to impose my set of values. But if you're asking about me and if I could give people a lesson about what I think really matters, I think there are a couple of things. So one of them is being very fulfilled in your work and in your career. And I know that a lot of people think that that's nonsense, that real fulfillment comes in your relationships and your family, with your children, et cetera, et cetera. I don't debunk that. I don't deny that. But I think we are creatures that are made to make things, to build things, to create things. That is who we are. That is what makes us powerful. And when you're a child, you have dreams. You want to leave, a stamp on the world. You just don't want to die and everybody forgets about you. You have these kind of large romantic dreams, et cetera, et cetera. And then as you get older, they kind of whittle themselves down and maybe you even forget about them. So connecting to that sense of, I'm here on this planet for a reason. It's not just random. My brain is wired a very particular way. My experiences, my parents, my early childhood, my siblings, they've all gone towards creating a unique individual. I have something to contribute to this world. There is a purpose behind the fact that I'm born. And that purpose is I'm unique. I'm different from everybody else. And I'm going to make something that matters, that gives me a sense of fulfillment. And so if you're 50, 60 years old and you haven't been able to do that, but you had those dreams, it's like you're kind of split. You wanted that, but you never really got that far. And then suddenly you have the realization, it's too late. I'm too old. I can't do it. I think that's a terrible, terrible feeling. And I know there are people who have it, and I empathize with them. I don't want you out there to have that feeling, right? And it can be raising a good family. That could be being a great parent. I don't care. But it's something that matters to you, that's very important. It's an achievement. That's something you want to create and you were born to create. And so having that sense of connection to what makes you different from other people is, to me, an extremely, extremely important life skill, right? So it gives you a sense of, when all things are chaotic and weird and you're distracted, etc., or things come your way, no, I don't need this in my life. No, I want this, I want that, because I have this purpose. I have this goal. I was put on the planet for this particular reason. And to me, that's the single most important thing you can have. The second most important thing, but it's very much related to the first, it's all part of the same wisdom, is knowing who you are as being self-aware. That is the point of the laws of human nature. The ability to look at yourself with some honesty and some detachment, and to say, this is a problem, this is what I need to work on, this is what I'm not good at, I want to improve it, I want to change it, this is what I am good at, this is what I was meant to accomplish. The ability to look inside yourself and judge yourself and be aware of what makes you do certain things is very powerful and very calming. And it's hard for me to express that to people because I know it myself, but it's a feeling. And how do you express that feeling? The only way I can say it is, I meditate every morning. And in my meditation, it's all about being extremely aware of your brain, of your thought processes. Every little tick of movement inside your brain, you're thinking about it. You're aware of your mind. And you're aware. And what happens is, you see into yourself, you see your ego, you see yourself, you see the same habits of thinking, the same anxieties over and over and over again. And you go, wow, I've got all these things going on in my head, but I never think about them. Why am I so anxious? Why am I worrying? Here I'm in this peaceful room. It's beautiful. It's calm. I have incense, etc. Why am I thinking about this person that bugged me a week ago? Why am I looking forward to something 2 weeks from now? Why? It calms me down. I go, I don't need to do that. I can just let it pass. So going into yourself and being aware and exploring your own emotions and understanding that who you are and why you have these patterns of thinking is very empowering and very liberating. I could spend 5 hours explaining that process and the beauty of it, but I don't want to bore people half to death. And they're connected because when you look at yourself and you know why you were put on this planet, what makes you different, what you were meant to accomplish. So the two go hand in hand.
Yeah, it's interesting because to think like if you go to journey into meditation and witness yourself, but then you're witnessing that you haven't done these things that you're being called towards, then comes the responsibility of awareness.
Yeah, and it's painful. And the
Yeah.
problem, Mark, is we are drawn to things that are easy and pleasurable, the path of least resistance. And pain, I don't want that in my life. I don't want to hurt myself. I want to have thoughts about my inadequacies, etc. I understand that's human nature. I'm like that. Everyone's like that. But if you're able at all to push against that and to say sometimes pain is a good thing, that sometimes pain teaches you, that sometimes adversity, resistance, bad things are the best thing that can happen to you.